Hare Krishna, dear friends and devotees, welcome again to our channel. Today I have the great honor to have Pandava Bandhava Prabhu here. Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Hare Krishna,
welcome.
Chandrika Mataji.
Pandava
Thank
Prabhu, I'm very happy to be for you to be here with us.
Me too.
And I will say some words about you.
Okay.
Pandava Prabhu is a senior brahmachari in our yatra. He is great scholar, teacher, yes, teacher, book distributor, and international preacher also, and also a very, very dear friend to us, to our yatra, and very special also to me because he is one of my first Shiksha gurus, and still he is continuing to give me some enlightenment in my spiritual life. So I'm very happy to have you here, Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji Chandrika. I'm also very happy to be here. And I wanted to thank you for, well, first of all, for inviting me. And second, I think what you're doing is very important. I mean, that you are taking the time to talk to devotees in general, and especially how the devotees join the movement, because well, first of all, it's always nice to get devotees' realizations, and second, this becoming a devotee. Well, in my case, I was thinking it's more like I became more aware how important it is to try to become a devotee. So I put it in this way. Okay. But it's so important because this is a very mysterious thing, because so many people have the opportunity to develop faith in Krishna, but Manushanam Sahasrashu Kaschita Tatisi, so rare to see devotees in this world. So what actually happens, this is very mysterious. Why, for example, in my life, there are so many friends and relatives, and we grew up in the same environment, and we were exposed to the same things in life, but I kind of became devotee, and like with very, very few exceptions, my friends, my girlfriend, whatever, they didn't. So why this happened? In trying to investigate this, to get the devotees, how they share, how they see this becoming a devotee thing, is very, very valuable. So what you're doing is very commendable.
Thank you.
I appreciate it very much.
Thank you for your encouragement.
Please continue. Invite as many as possible devotees.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So it's your turn again. You have to share with us your amazing story.
Wow. Okay. It's not so amazing. Just so my background. I was 24 when I started practicing Krishna consciousness. It was in 1997. What happened? I had a friend. We were sitting in school, in high school, sitting next to each other for quite some time.
In Vratsa.
In my hometown, Vratsa. And Hristo Botev, so SPU, and I had high regard for this friend. He's still around. Tsvetan. I still see him. Sometimes I invite him for when we go to, let's say, I remember a few years back we went to Kirtan in Vratsa with Kirtan Rasa, so he came. So he became devotee, and I really liked him because as far as I could tell, he was one of the smartest guys in the whole school.
Okay.
And he became a devotee. He didn't become devotee when we were in high school. He became a devotee a little later, a few years later, when we became students in university. He was studying economy, and I was in a law school. But we kept contact, and he started preaching to me about Krishna. I remember one day, he was telling me, he told me Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. I think the first time when I heard the mantra, it was from him. Wow. And we were walking in in Vratsa, just doing our regular walk. People in my hometown they go to the main shopping street and they walk up and down. That's the pastime. And sometimes if you happen to have some money, you maybe stop and drink some coffee or something. But many times you don't spend any money. You just go up and down, enjoy life in this way. So we were talking, and he told me, so this is the mantra: Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And I remember when I heard this, I thought, just see, people are actually doing something useful in their life. They're chanting mantras, they're trying to advance spiritually.
Wow. You appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I remember something just, there was something in this sound that I felt some spiritual potency I couldn't understand exactly. Neither do I now. But anyway, I felt something, and then I thought that, just see, people are not wasting their time like you are. People are doing something serious, chanting.
Wow, it's a very nice realization.
That was the beginning, yeah. Svetan is my Vartma Pradakshika guru. Thank you.
Jai, Prabhu.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
All glories to you. But he knew about Krishna consciousness because of Chandrakanti Mataji and Radha Vinoda Prabhu,
Wow.
who are the Bhakti Vrikshano, Namahata, or whatever program they were following.
In
They will
Sofia?
no, they will travel. They will come to Vratsa and do programs there.
Oh my God.
There was another devotee there who became devotee before Svetan, my guru, became Sanatana Prabhu. He joined the temple a little before me. So he told him about Krishna. They were friends. They were like neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
But he knew Sanatana Prabhu. He knew because Chandrakanti and Radha Vinoda, they were coming to Vratsa and they are doing programs. So that's my chain of command. It starts from
Nice.
these preachers.
Wow.
And then I remember going for a program once in some apartment of some of these local devotees, and Radha Vinoda Prabhu came, Chandrakanti Mataji came, and then we had program. There was kirtan, there was prasadam. I remember sitting on the floor eating this food. This was also amazing experience. I felt like I'm some kind of Buddhist monk, this Shaolin people sitting on the floor and eating this rice, right? It's a very simple thing, but that's what the spiritual people do in the monasteries. It was very cool. And gradually became kind of part of my life. Svetan, he gave me Bhagavad Gita, and I started reading. I reached this Nat Vevaham Jatunasam Natvam Nimejinarima, this verse from 11th verse from 2nd chapter. There was neither time when I, nor you, nor all these kings, they ever cease to exist, and nor will ever cease to exist in future. So when I read this verse, I remember it had great impact on my mind, and I just put the book aside and started chanting this very moment, just very from my heart, Hare Krishna. It was very inspiring for me to understand that we are eternal. There is no time when we did not exist. Some kind of relief and peace and happiness came from this.
Yes.
And as a sign of gratitude, I started to chant the holy name. I think this was one of the first time when I chanted, not on beats, but just like spontaneously on my own. And gradually like this, what happened, I went to Sofia with Sanatana Prabhu together. We went to a Curie Street place. The temple was in a garage there. And the devotees were living in Narada Muni Prabhu's apartment. So this was my first meeting with the devotees. We went upstairs, and there were Narada Muni Prabhu, Bhakta, Krishna. He still comes quite regular. Anyway, it will come back to me, the name.
Okay.
And Jagannath Mishra Prabhu came at one point. They were talking and laughing. That's what I remember. They were just constantly, there were some constant jokes. They were talking about something that happened the previous day. They had some program, big festival, and there was some prasadam, and they were joking about something. And then Jagannath Mishra came, and then they gave him sweets from the festival because somehow he couldn't attend. But that's what I remember. This very joyful, very happy, like they were
in home, yeah, like you're in your place.
Yeah, this I I couldn't maybe just completely immediately like feel the time at home, but what I really appreciate was that the devotees were very happy, joyful. They didn't just speak, they were speaking through their laughter, like laughing out constantly, joking. Then they gave me some prasadam, some sweet, simply or something. This was my first time I tasted prasadam. Well, not the first time, but in Sofia, like the prasadam from the temple. So different things I remember from this period. I stayed at home. I didn't join the temple. I joined the temple when in '99, in January.
When you graduated, or you didn't?
No, I was still in the law school. I was fourth year, so I decided I'm gonna join the temple, be brahmachari, distribute books, and go on with my studies. And I managed to do this for 2 years until I graduated.
Oh, nice.
So, Hare Krishna.
You were studying, you were distributing books, you were living in the temple as brahmachari. It's a big thing.
Temple was just a basement. Have you been there in Kiri?
Yes, I've been there, but no.
Ishwar Chandrapur, you saw it?
No.
Oh, it's a legendary.
Where the kitchen is.
Yes, only the kitchen. Maybe that was the place that you were
The kitchen? No.
No?
I mean the kitchen downstairs where
Yes.
the garage was the temple room. But the ashram was in the basement. We had to get out and then go in the basement of the building.
Wow.
And
different.
there were 2 rooms there. One was with 4 bunker beds. No, 2.
Did you make the beds, or they were already there?
They were already there. The devotees, I think Ananda Chaitanya made them, because the devotees, when they moved in, there was just basement, so they had to make the beds. And there was a small room next to it, opposite to it, with two beds. It's even smaller, like a corridor. A small window like this, and was no fresh air, no sunshine. So this is where I was studying for my exams, living there for 5 years. And the best time was when we would go on book distribution.
On fresh air.
Fresh air and traveling book distribution. Then, especially for the summer. And then we'd come back, September, coming back, and then we get inside Sofia and then go back in the basement. Anyway, I remember once Mataji Chandrakanti gave me 3rd canto of Bhagavatam. I had to take this and bring it to somebody. I forgot who was this person. So I got these books, went back to my place in Sofia. The next day I had an exam, and this was my first encounter with Bhagavatam. I only read Gita and Science of Self-Realization. So, and 3rd canto. No, sorry, 4th canto. It was 4th canto. So I started reading instead of preparing for the exam. Next day, I just opened the Bhagavatam, and this was the story about Shiva Yagya, Daksha Yagya, when they cursed Shiva, and there were counter curses, and then there was a whole brutal and very violent incident when the Gunners came and then disrupted the whole yagya. So I read through the whole, I couldn't stop reading. And I read the purports as well. So I ended up not studying at all for the exam. My girlfriend, she was intrigued, so she asked me, so you read for so long, so what's your impression? I told her, interestingly enough, I didn't find anything to disagree. Everything seems right in this book.
Wow. Nice.
First time reading Bhagavatam.
Nice. That was before you joined the temple, obviously.
Before I was still then. I think the crucial point was when I met the devotees in the temple, because at one point I was waking up early in the morning and going to the temple because I lived close by. My place was, the Romanian embassy. Where is it?
Okay.
I was living close by, so I would get a tram in the morning, maybe the first or the second.
Okay.
And just after Mangalarti, I would make it to the Turi place. And they would open the door and I would see them, the devotees, the brahmacharis, they would chant Gayatri after Mangalarti. That's what they do. And I would just sneak in. And I was chanting with them. My 16 rounds, I was chanting with them.
Nice.
And then Jagannath Mishra Prabhu, he saw that I'm regularly coming, so he started to pay more attention to me, to talk to me. He befriended me, and then he was, and of course Madhva Prabhu and Shashabina Prabhu, Jivanuga Prabhu, Ashtama Prabhu, these were the devotees who were living there. Because of them, I decided to join the ashram. Not so much because of the philosophy or the chanting, but because they were very nice to me. They were taking care of me like a younger brother, so I felt confident to make this step, which was not easy because my family, father and mother, they were quite startled and they were worried about me. And my mom was particularly, my father was not so much, how to say, he was not so much against, but my mom, she was very worried. So, but I wanted to join the ashram, and I had to go through a stream of tears. My mom, she was crying. I felt very sorry, very, very bad, but still I had to do it. I felt like that's the time, now or never. If you don't do it now, we have to do it. Then I joined the temple. I stayed there, started distributing books, and then I met Suhatra Maharaj. He came, I joined 99, he came around January, he came maybe in May. I saw him first time, and then in November already, he gave me initiation.
Wow,
so
fast.
He was very kind, very merciful. And I don't know what to say.
This is how you joined the
That's
movement.
how I joined.
Yes.
Yeah, as I said, how you become devotee. I started to endeavor to become devotee. That's how I like to put it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
You're most welcome.
Very interesting, and we'll continue with this.
Okay.
Because you have so many things to say about after you join the temple, and there. So I think
there'll be.
Yes, there will be second.
So what are you
part.
planning? Second part.
Like second part.
How do you become devotee, and what did you do after you became devotee?
Yes, something like this.
I wanted to say also, if you allow me, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he compares this. The Bhakti Devi, the appearance of the Bhakti, because that's what we're discussing. How you became a devotee means how the Bhakti Devi, the Bhakti Lata Bija, decided by her own sweet will to appear in your heart. That's what happens. The faith, the simple faith in Krishna, because this is the meaning of becoming a devotee, right? It starts from Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. That's how you become devotee, develop faith. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur compares this Bhakti Devi as he compares it to a very gentle baby girl that appears in your heart. And he says, this faith, simple faith in Krishna, must be protected by all means. So when you have small baby girl, small daughter, you try to feed her with the best possible nourishment, to give her the best food, clean, healthy, wholesome. So in the same way, he says, we should chant, we should hear the holy name, we should associate with the devotees, and then Bhakti Devi will grow up, and she'll become a exquisite young lady. Mm. But if we are not careful and we feed her with bitter, poisonous juices of karma, jnana, and yoga, then this small girl, she will turn into a hideous creature, like a witch, and she'll have to stay in your heart. So I was thinking that this is what happens. We get this very rare opportunity to receive this Shraddha, faith in Krishna, and that's our only capital. That's the only thing we have. So we have to really protect it very carefully. And like when you go out, let's say you have a child and you go out for a walk, and then some person comes and he's like, oh, take. He tries to give something to your little girl for some food. Usually mothers, they're not very inclined to do this. They are very protective. So in the same way, we have to be very careful, because I've seen people who love to have faith in something sublime, but they just don't. And it's very sad to see. Or people who had faith in Krishna, for example, or in God in general, and they lost this faith because of bad association, because they were not careful. This is very tragic. So this becoming a devotee, we're celebrating this appearance of faith in our hearts. And this is the only thing we have. And until it is small, very delicate little baby girl, then we really have to protect it. Once Shraddha, the faith, becomes strong, then it's not so easy to be harmed. But then there is this period when we have to be super careful and practice also our devotional service with intensity, so that it grows up quickly. So that's just a little thought on this, because I was thinking this morning, I wanted to say something, not just telling some stories, I joined in, and it's very mysterious. Like in my life, I have seen many people before and after Krishna consciousness who I deem very much more qualified to become devotees than me. Many people on the book distribution, on the street, I've seen so many people who are so qualified, look really good looking, sattvic and intelligent and well mannered, and you name it, but they're not devotees. And why I have become devotee? It's a mysterious thing. It's not a mechanical, it's not a technology. Krishna has some reason for this. So the point is that we have to appreciate. It's so rare, and better take advantage.
And also the care of the senior devotees who takes care of us.
This reminds me about Tulsi Prabhu. Once we had some conversation, and I was expressing some negative mood that I'm not so qualified. I don't have anything to say to people, to devotees. Why I should be giving the lecture? And Tulsi told me something very, I remember forever, I hope. He said, but you are actually diminishing right now the mercy of Krishna and the mercy of so many devotees who took their time to, beginning with Prabhupada, of course, with the whole parampara, but devotees that you actually had contact, physical contact, what you are saying is that they didn't give you anything. They didn't give you mercy. Because now you say, I don't have anything to give. What in fact you're saying is that these devotees, they wasted their time and they're not qualified. But that's not true. Like so many devotees, he started listing those devotees, like starting with Suhotra Maharaj and Bhanu Swami and Devamrita Maharaj and Jayadvaita Maharaj and Kadamakala Maharaj and so many, Dhanurdhara Maharaj, so many others. So you mean to say that they didn't have anything to give? They wasted Bhaktivedanta Purna Maharaj. So many.
Yeah.
Because you're saying about the devotees.
Yeah.
We have to be very grateful. Sorry, I kind of took over this.
No,
you want to say something, Chandrika Mataji?
I feel very unqualified even to ask you what to ask you. So
Well,
I'm very happy that you.
Please ask something.
What are you going to ask?
At least one question.
I don't know.
Maybe Ishwar Chandra can help.
Maybe you can share some moments from this summer Sankirtan traveling.
I was thinking just about that. About yes.
Great minds think
in the past,
alike.
Now, when everything is already taken care of, and it's more like
it's more okay. Yeah, the first summer, it was 98 when I took my summer off. I just told it was before I joined the darshan.
Yes.
So I told my mom, I found a job in the Black Sea. And she was happy. Oh,
that's good.
That's very good. And I'm going to stay for a month or something. But actually, I traveled with Jagannath Mishra Prabhu and Jivanuga Prabhu. We had this Sankirtan group, three of us.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another Sankirtan group. It was
two Sankirtan groups.
maybe three,
Nice.
maybe even three.
Nice.
Okay, Shtama Prabhu stayed in Sofia, I think.
Okay.
We had only one Sankirtan car. So there were these two ladies, they came from Plovdiv, Padma Marini Mataji and another lady. So Shtama Prabhu decided to he was a Sankirtan leader. So he gave the Sankirtan car to them. No, we had two Sankirtan cars. Anyway, so the thing is that we didn't have a car.
Oh.
That is what I was trying to explain.
Okay, that is interesting.
No, so I'll tell. So the Mataji had the car, and Madhva Prabhu and Kalavinka Prabhu, they had the other car. So first for 2 weeks, so the ladies, they had the car for the whole summer.
Okay.
And we had to share this one car. So the first 2 weeks, they had the car and we were traveling with Jagannath Mishra because Jivanaga was in Varna and we will meet him there after some time. He stayed with his parents for a while and then he joined. Anyway, so we will just get on the train. First of all, we will pack all the books in banana boxes, put all the books, and
we still do it. This is the tradition in banana boxes.
And we would send the books to Burgas or to Varna via BDG. The train. This doesn't happen anymore. They don't do it anymore. But that's how we will do it. But this particular year, we didn't send so much book because already in Varna, in the place of Mataji Harika Prasad, Bhaktinarayana back then, there were so many books already there. So Jagannath Mishra Prabhu got the order. You just get there because these books, they stay there for so long. You have to go there and just empty the basement because she was living in a basement. In some Varna neighborhood, I don't even know. If you ask me now where was this place, I would not have a clue. Maybe we have to ask her. Then
we will ask her.
Then we went there, and every day we would pack a box with 32 Srimad Bhagavatam, and put it on a trolley, get the bus, go on Valentinata, the center of Varna, and Jagannath Mishra Prabhu would just take the box and asked one of the vendors there, could we please just, you just keep this box for 1-2 hours here, and we're selling box here on the street. And they didn't mind.
Wow.
So every day, he would distribute 32 Bhagavatams every day
Wow, amazing.
for 2 weeks, because this was Bhagavatam first canto. Basement was filled up with these books.
Yeah.
So he had to empty it out. So that's what he did. And I was distributing small books, like maybe 1 or 2 Bhagavatam. But usually, back then we had some small books of Prabhupada, like I don't even remember what we had.
Shirish Upanishad, maybe?
Maybe a Shirish Upanishad or Topmost Yoga System, small books. And cookbook, the Adiraj, and Bhagavatam. So I would do like maybe 5-6 small books, and he would do 32 Srimad Bhagavatam every day. And these vendors around, they went mad. Because this was hungry years back. Now Bulgaria is better economically, but this was 98, just 2 years after the big crash in 96, when the whole economy went bankrupt, and people didn't have much money. And it was just happening in front of their eyes. They were just, what? Another one. Every day we'll come with a full box, and then we go with empty box, and they see this, for
they
2 weeks.
Jealous.
Maybe some of them were jealous, but they were mostly like amazed. They were like, they couldn't believe these big books. How do you sell this on the street? And some strange books about some spiritual things.
Some blue book.
Yeah. And Jagannath Mishra, because I wouldn't have a clue how to cook or anything, he would cook for me. I mean, for us, he would offer the boga, and then just was so blissful. We would wake up early, and the whole day was just book distribution. And then we would finish around 1:30. He would be done, and then we'll come back, eat.
Wow.
And then the afternoon was just for reading, walking, chanting, and association. And then at one point, Madhva Prabhu and Kalvinka came, and they gave us the car.
Okay.
So we switched. We took the car, and they stayed in Varna and they took the trolley. So they, and then with the car we went to Burgas. We went to Kvartal Meden Rudnik, and we stayed.
This is my kvartal.
Yeah. So this was 98. Were you around? Or?
Yes, I was there. My grandmother and father were there, so maybe we see each other.
So we stayed in the place of Bhakta Mishu. He was a dentist, a very colorful personality, very nice devotee. He would, with his guitar, he would go in the public transportation in Burgas and make kirtan with guitar. Wow. Back in 90s. And he would sing, Hare Krishna, Vencesvalya, Hare Krishna, Vasvalyavam. This is the song, with the chords like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Amazing guy. And he would tell us stories, because he was also quite a tough guy, very muscular type of macho guy. So he said once one demon he opposed my glorification of the Lord's holy name, and I took care of him. I threw him out of the bus. So this was our host. So we stayed there for 2 weeks, and going in Burgas, I remember one day they asked Jagi, where is your documents? This policeman. So he had to go to the municipality building and talk to them, and everything was fine, no problem. And I remember the main street of Burgas was quite a disappointment for me. I thought Burgas must be some nice. It was worse than Vratsa, man.
I mean,
it was just asphalt and nothing. Just, but nice people. I think there I distributed my first Bhagavatam. And I remember Jagannath Mishra was so happy. This moment when you realize that you do something and somebody is actually very happy that you succeed in what you're doing. They're not envious, they're just opposite. They are very happy that you're advancing. I had this experience. with Jagannath Mishra Prabhu and other devotees. At one point, I decided that I have to go back because I somehow couldn't distribute for a couple of days even one book. And then I told Jivanuga, we were together. I think this was in Varna, even before that. Anyway, I don't remember. I told him, look, I'm going to buy my ticket and I'm leaving. I cannot distribute books. Going back home, back to mama, back to my girlfriend. It's too much. And Jivanuga, Prabhu, he talked me out of this. He talked me out of this. He convinced me, no, I cannot do this. If you want to do something like this, you have to ask your authorities. Like if I want to do something, I have to ask Suhotra Maharaj. He's my guru. If you want to take this drastic decision, like going back home, you have to ask your authority. So at the end of the conversation, it took him maybe 30 minutes. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll stay with you guys. I had similar thing when I went first time on book distribution in Sofia. Prior to that, like a few weeks before that, before we started on the Black Sea, I did some books in Sofia. And the first day, I did 0 books. Jagannath Mishra Prabhu just took me and we went to the Vitushka street and he just threw me in the deep water. He just told me, okay, you should just go and distribute books. So the first day, 0 books. Second day, 0 books. Third day, 0 books. And at the end of the third day, I did the same. I announced that I'm leaving. It's too much. I'm going home. And there were 3 of them, Jagannath, Mishra Prabhu, Madhva Prabhu, and Shtama Prabhu. I told them, and they very compassionately, very gently, they explained to me that it's not a big deal, don't worry. Tomorrow it will be better. So I, fortunately, all glories to them, they convinced me not to do it. And then the next day I distributed Srimad Bhagavatam and Science of Self-Realization and Adiraj, good books. So this was like, wow, 2 big books. And and then back in the Black Sea. So then I stayed for the whole month, and then I went back to Bratsk, and my mom, she was very upset because friend of hers, she saw me on the street distributing books, and she told her, and my mom was, you.
But what were you telling your mom about your job?
No, I didn't. I just, I lied. Like, what I remember.
You will be some waiter or something.
Yes, some selling some burgers on I came up with some. And then and my girlfriend also.
And she didn't know?
I don't remember. Did she know or not? I don't remember anymore. But this was the beginning of my just moving out of home and going to Darshan. It was a very nice summer, my first summer. Then when I came back to my girlfriend, I noticed that after this book distribution experience, the knot in the heart was loosened somehow, miraculously. And I was not so attached to her anymore. So now I could already consider leaving her. Before it was just like, no way, I have to figure it out somehow or other. But now I could see this as a viable possibility.
She didn't want to become a devotee?
She didn't want to become a devotee, so she was a very nice person. She's still a nice person. I think she's still around. But somehow, just as I said in the beginning, it's a very mysterious thing. You don't know why you, why not somebody else. For example, for her, I was thinking that she would be more qualified to become a devotee because she was kind of vegetarian even before that. She introduced me to Ben Saduno, to Petr Dunov. She was kind of follower, not so serious, but she appreciated. So, but no, Krishna, from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that the bhakti creates bhakti, and Krishna's mercy follows the will of the preacher. So whenever the preacher decides to give mercy, Krishna doesn't interfere with the decision of the devotee. So it's a mysterious thing why somebody becomes devotee.
Yeah. But sometimes you want to give bhakti to someone, but still doesn't happen.
Yeah. because Shri Prabhupada writes in one purport, it is volunteer. Sometimes it develops, sometimes it doesn't. Although you put so much endeavors. Now, like Parvat Maharaj, he says, Matirna Krishna parata svatova mito bhipadeta grihvaratanam. Sometimes, well, in this case, he talks to his father and he says, Krishna consciousness you cannot develop Krishna consciousness, neither with your own endeavor, with help, by somebody else, or by a combined effort. Your effort, and because you are Griha Vratana, you have given vow that I will enjoy in this material world. Therefore, you cannot develop Krishna consciousness. I think I talked too much. So, yeah. But thank you for the question. It was nice to remember this.
I have also other questions, but maybe for the second part. Thank you
Hare
so
Krishna.
much.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Thank you, Vishwachana Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare